Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is June 16th and today I'm going to be talking about scoliosis again. As you saw in my last video about scoliosis, Scoliosis Awareness Month is in June, so I wanted to do at least one more video on it. The last one was a really long, informative video. This one I'm going to keep real short, and I'm just going to stick to like 5 or 6 like fun facts or interesting things about scoliosis that people just don't know. So the first one, also really quick, I just want to say off the subject of scoliosis, I just made it to 100 subscribers, so thank you very much everybody for subscribing. I really appreciate it. That was really exciting. So the first one is, so this is really crazy to me. Less than half the states in the US actually require scoliosis screening in their schools. So I think that if it was mandatory to screen for that in all the schools in the US, it would get caught earlier for kids and managed earlier, and a lot of kids may not have to deal with a lot of problems down the road if it was caught earlier. But less than half of the schools in the US check for it, so everyone else, it's not being checked unless the doctor or the parents are checking for it. But I think that is something that the schools need to start doing. All schools need to start doing. Number 2, we are the only apes to get scoliosis. So, you know, no one knows the cause of scoliosis 100%, but there has been no other record of any other apes or chimpanzees ever having scoliosis. And they just think that it could have to do with the fact that we walk on 2 legs, and the stress of us walking upright can put a curve in the spine. I'm not really sure, but we're the only apes, our oldest living ancestors, to have scoliosis. Other animals can have scoliosis, but no other apes have scoliosis. All right, fun fact number 3 about scoliosis. Scoliosis is an ancient Greek term meaning bending. And I think most of our words come from ancient Greek words for other stuff too, so that doesn't surprise me. Fun fact number 4, scoliosis is not a new discovery. They first noticed it back in the year 400 BC. So it's been around for a very, very long time. And fun fact number 5 is actually a personal story that I'm gonna tell you. This happened when I was pregnant with my second child, my son, and I went in for my regular OBGYN checkup. I was still pretty early in my pregnancy, and after the checkup, my doctor said, "Oh my goodness, I think you're pregnant with twins." And I was like, "Oh my God, seriously?" And she was so excited, and she's like, "Oh my God, let's get you in the sonogram room. I have to know right now." So I went and had the sonogram done, and she was 100% sure. She was like, "Oh, I know." And I had the sonogram done, and the sonogram tech said, "No, there's just one baby in there." And then my doctor peeked her head in, all excited. "Was I right? Is there 2 in there?" And the lady was like, "No, it's just one." And she's like, "Really?" So I finished up there, and I went back into the doctor's room with her, and she checked me out again, and she said, "Oh, I figured it out." Apparently, with scoliosis, you can have other parts of your body that are crooked, not just your spine. And I mean, because that makes sense, right? You're crooked, so things are going to be really out of whack inside. So my uterus is tilted. My uterus is tilted. It's not straight. And because of that, she thought I had 2 babies in there, which I guess is a common thing with twin pregnancies. You can have a tilted uterus. So she really believed that I had twins in there, but it was just because I have scoliosis and a tilted uterus, and there was only 1 baby in there. So that's fun fact number 5. That was a pretty crazy story, and it was such a whirlwind of like 20 minutes to be like, you have twins, no you don't, you have a tilted uterus. I mean, that was crazy, but I was kind of relieved that I didn't have twins, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I ended up having just the one, and he's 11, almost 12 years old now, so that turned out just great. Lastly, I wanted to add 2 other things in here. They're just tiny little bits of information. I hear a lot of people say that they go to a chiropractor somewhere and they will be told, oh, you have scoliosis, or I think you might have scoliosis. You have a curve in your spine that's like 7 or 8 degrees. Or maybe just the person thinks that because a doctor tells them, oh, it curves about 7 degrees, they automatically think that they have scoliosis. The truth is, you're not considered to have scoliosis unless it's over a 10-degree curve. So it has to be over 10 degrees to be considered scoliosis, because anything below that can still be considered a normal curve of your spine, since it's so slight. So unless it's over 10 degrees, then it's not scoliosis. It's just a normal curve. And the last bit of information that I wanted to tell everybody is I wanted to learn a little bit more about the flat neck syndrome, or military neck, as some people call it, that I have, because I had never learned much about that before. And so I did some research on it a little bit, and I found that something that I've been experiencing for a long time that I literally had no idea that it had to do with my scoliosis whatsoever is because of the flat neck syndrome, and I had no idea. It sounds really weird and it sounds really stupid, but you can have difficulty swallowing with a flat neck. And I don't have that all the time. I can eat and drink like a normal person and be totally fine. And then out of nowhere, it's almost as if I forget how to swallow and I can't do it for a second. And I have to stop and like, wait a minute, and then try again for no reason at all. And apparently, in my research, that has to do with the flat neck syndrome. So that's one little fun fact, crazy bit of information about that you would never think that something like that would be a cause of a curved spine or a flat neck or any of those types of things. But that's just one more thing that we have to deal with. So this is going to conclude today's video. I hope you found these fun facts really interesting, and I hope you learned a little something new today. If you have any questions, you can leave me some questions down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit like if you like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.